Hey guys, Diehl Games here, and welcome to the pilot episode for the Deals Gap podcast. This is a new podcast that I'm going to be recording with McKay, Tony, and Sam. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
We're going to be
Hello,
recording it.
ladies.
We're going to be recording it on Friday and releasing on Saturday each week. And our topics for this week are going to include Minecraft news, technology news, and random news.
So, so the first topic we're going to talk about is Minecraft on the PS3. So, oh gosh.
It feels like I'm doing like a speaking and listening assessment. It's just like, nah, I don't want to do this. There's too much pressure.
Wimp.
So yeah,
Yes.
not too long ago, Minecraft dropped on the PS3. So what that would have meant is that Minecraft's exclusivity contract with Microsoft would have run out, and now you get to see. So for all you PS3 players out there, you get to play Minecraft on console.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I think it was coming.
Yeah, I guess that's cool.
Yeah.
We all saw it coming, but I'd say the real news here is the fact that it still lags so far behind the PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, it dropped really quickly. There wasn't like any sort of like campaigning or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it just
like
sort of
that.
just sort of came out.
the Xbox
Yeah.
version was it had like a trailer come out quite a while before it came out. There was lots of
Yeah.
hype around it. This was just kind of like, here you go, have it. Ow.
Just shove it
Yeah.
in your face, like, take it. We don't want it anymore. No.
I mean, there was
So,
no
yeah.
there's no sort of confirmation that was even being developed, really. It was just
Yeah.
they just gave us a release date, and then
Yep.
like a week from when it was announced, and boom,
It's like a Daisy standalone.
So
it is.
so then from that we can kind of transition into not just that there are no current plans for Minecraft on the Wii U or Nintendo. Minecraft has basically infected the system of almost every computer on the planet aside from anything that has to do with Nintendo.
It's because Nintendo is just pretty much crushing everything right now with DRM. Like, they're claiming everybody's videos on YouTube if they have
Oh, yeah.
anything to do with Nintendo games. So,
Yeah.
like, Minecraft's popularity comes from its YouTube success, and there is none of that with Nintendo. So,
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it seemed like a very logical platform to have it on because it has large child fan base on it. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
perfect
Let's
game
be
for
honest. Nintendo appeals to mostly like probably almost like 0 to like 25-year-old people. It has a large fan base, but but a lot of the concentration of it is with young people, kind of like us.
and if they could take advantage of that tablet controller, I think the interface for that could actually be really good if they did it right. But
Yeah.
That'd be cool to like your inventory constantly to be able to just be like, oh, I need something in my inventory. Look
Yep.
down, switch out, whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much how it works with Zelda at the moment, isn't it? Where you have the inventory on the main control and you have whatever going on the screen, but it can be used to just
Yeah.
display loads of different information. So, like whether it be like the general world overview or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
you could have, they
Stuff
could
like
put
that.
you could control it with the tablet thing. They could put the minimap down there. They could give you information that you would see in like the F3 debug screen on PC, and they
Yeah.
could show
Oh,
you
yeah.
they
Oh,
could show
that would
you
be so
your
cool.
entire inventory right there.
Actually, you could do the crafting on it because that
Yeah, you
would
could
be
do that as
quite
well.
fluid to do. Because the
Mhm.
Xbox,
Oh, yeah, that
crafting
would.
on that's not it's not very good, really.
I mean, as streamlined as it is, there's not even any like moving and arranging of items. I still think it could be because it still feels a little odd to have to go through menus and menus and menus of things to craft.
yeah,
With that crafting system on the tablet, they could do a really good job. That might even be a better crafting interface than the PC, just because
Yeah.
you get a real sense of what you're doing when you're interacting with it with your
Yeah.
hands instead of through a mouse.
mm. And yeah, carry on.
I think that's
Um.
pretty much all we've got to say on that one. I mean,
Yeah.
Nintendo stopped claiming YouTube videos, basically.
Just make more Zelda, please. More Zelda. That's what we want.
And that rolls well into our next topic, which is that Minecraft Pocket Edition made $1 million for Mojang over the Christmas holiday.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, what a surprise!
That was just.
That's all the children getting like £20, iTunes vouchers, Minecraft.
You know what? I like it though.
And
I
that
like
also
it, though.
that through Minecraft, in all platforms, over 30 million total sales.
That's just
Gosh.
ridiculous.
That's insane.
That's a lot.
That's crazy to think that over one holiday period they made 1/30th of their entire profits.
No, they made
of
$1 million.
pockets.
They've sold 30 million copies.
Oh, that's
Well,
like a. That's
oh.
not a 30th.
No.
That's, that, okay,
Well done,
that's
man.
alright.
You're
Yeah.
doing so well, McKay.
Yeah.
I am. I'm doing very well.
Your numeracy skills are truly magnificent.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I just did some math, and it looks like across all platforms they've made like $600 million off of Minecraft, something like that.
yeah. I mean,
So-
it's kind of weird to think about though, because Scrolls is really the only major game they're making at the moment. Because Minecraft's pretty much Dinnerbone and
Minecraft is driving all the popularity of Mojang.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's just,
yeah,
it's just
Minecraft is
really
kind of the
Dinner-
driving-
Minecraft is Mojang, let's be honest.
Yeah.
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 The thing is, it's only Dinnerbone and Jeb really working on it anymore. It's like, oh, the other guy's doing Scrolls, but where's all the...
Actually, at least the people vocal about the game are like Jeb and Dinnerphone.
Hmm
Yeah.
But
Mm.
Grum is working on it as well, pretty heavily, isn't
Oh
he?
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
good
Grum.
point.
Yeah.
And then at Minecon, they brought on like 5 other people that are going to be working on big things.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
I go ahead.
Yeah, I really hope that it does the sort of development of Minecraft picks up again, because it feels like there's not been any sort of big redefining updates recently. 1.7 was sort
That's
of
the biggest one we've had in a
time.
long time, like a year and a half or so.
Really, that was just it wasn't that big. Now I think about it, it was a couple of new biomes, things like that, but it doesn't feel all that different in the
Well,
way it
but-
works.
I don't think they could really throw out something that completely changes the game, like a Terraria 1.2 kind of thing, just because the Minecraft fan base is we're kind of afraid of change, because we like Minecraft so much, we're kind of afraid that they'll throw out something so big it'll change everything.
Yeah.
Like the transition from Windows 7 to Windows 8.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Just like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Just like, yeah, Minecraft and Windows, pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But I mean, it'd be nice if they were to actually release the modding API sometime soon, please. Because
Yeah.
I think that's.
I mean,
where-
obviously, it's either easier said than done, though.
That was supposed to come with like 1.5, wasn't it?
yeah.
yeah, but it's just like the mods. They're the main focus, really, of Minecraft now. You know, sort of feed the beast. Just that is a big portion of Minecraft now. But it's just they don't run all that well. If we were to have a modding API, a lot of the mods would be compatible with each other. There wouldn't be any heavy fixing you have to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, a mod store would actually be kind of nice. So
Yeah, I
like
thought
an
about
actual
that,
centralized way of downloading mods, like the Steam
Yeah.
Workshop. That sort of idea that would be quite
Oh,
nice,
yeah.
because you wouldn't have to go to 1,000 different websites.
Instead of the
just
forum, the
But-
forums should, like that entire section of the forums should be replaced with repositories
yeah.
Yeah.
that you
But
can
I mean,
use either in game or in a browser.
But I think before they throw out third-party content onto the forefront of Minecraft, they've got to finish Realms. Realms is something that they've been working on for quite a while now,
Yeah.
and I think Realms and the API are the big things that they're working on right now.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just hurry it up, please. Just want it. Just want mods that work. Ah, boy.
All right. You ready to push
What
on?
else we got? Yeah, let's push on.
We got a couple more Minecraft topics. First one being that a working 3D printer has been created in Minecraft, and basically you place items in chests which are arranged in a certain pattern, and the contents of those chests are then read, and then using, I guess it's Traslander's block replacement thing, whatever that is. I have no idea how it works, and I never will. It can print the object that you've created by placing blocks in those corresponding chests.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's really cool. But with like all the heavy work having been done by Traslander by figuring out how to do that in the first place, it's not as important as it would have been if this guy had done it all on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'd seen something quite similar. This was a long time, but this was like a year ago. I mean, it wasn't as advanced as this, but this was when first pistons were first introduced, and he created something where you could create like using different coloured wool. You could create like sorts of simple wool structures, and I suppose this is pretty much the next step forward from that.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing what command blocks can do.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Bloody yeps.
Yeah.
Who put this last topic in?
I did.
All right. Take the lead.
Okay. So this is an interesting thing. The idea, and we were talking about this a little bit before before we started the show here. The idea of being able to change your Minecraft name. And I mean, what do you guys think of this? What are you guys' thoughts on this? Is it good? Is it bad?
I think if they do it right, sort of like Microsoft is doing right now, where all you have to do is pay $10, which I think it should even be a little less than that, maybe like $3 or $5 or something like that, and then you can change your gamer tag on Xbox. I think that's a really good strategy, because like Steam doesn't do it right. They should charge you a nominal fee in order to be able to change your name, because otherwise people change their name to names of celebrities and stuff like that. But of course with Minecraft, your name would not be able to like overwrite anybody else's, so that would be important. And they'd also have to figure out a way to send data down to servers when somebody changes their name, so that their player.dat could be changed. So that could lead to all kinds of problems.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think it makes more sense for it to be more of an alias rather than a name change, because then you don't have to actually create a new player.dat file, and you run into less problems there. It would still be your original Minecraft name there, but everything that shows on the screen and you have to type out would probably be like your alias.
Yeah, but I mean, if we have downtime like we normally do with the login servers, if that could cause major problems with the way the servers are connecting, because it goes down for a brief second. You could end up with a server not getting, say, the commands that, some guy's just changed his name to Honeydew or whatever, so then all of a sudden you have this server that's not quite up to date with the rest of them, and that
could have
that could be a big problem.
If there were some sort of spike in traffic all of a sudden and the servers went down while somebody was logging in, they could, like, theoretically even log in multiple times if they had multiple like accounts on record.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of issues could arise, but I know they could deal with it. Deal with it, get it? Ha. So if they were able to deal with that, then I think it would be cool. Just charge somebody like $3 to charge their name or whatever, or to change their name.
But it should be staggered, though. I don't think we should be. I mean, I think it would make sense to be able to do it once or twice a year, or maybe once a quarter instead
once
of
a
like.
quarter, that would work.
I mean, because then you have time for things to be changed and modified, rather than. I mean, because what we know about Minecraft is that people have a lot of disposable money to use on this game, so. I mean, and we know from your server read, because people will spend large amount of money on in-game things like that. So, I mean, I'm sure people would just would change their name every day if they really wanted to, and they had the disposable income.
That could get quite annoying. So there are lots of issues to resolve, but if they do it like Microsoft does it on the Xbox, it might not be so bad.
I mean, if they were to introduce like a sort of almost trial period, I don't know how that would exactly work, but sort of go into ways that they could maybe have it work better, and hopefully fix the bloody login servers as well. That would also be nice, because they love to break, don't they? Yeah.
All right,
All
we're
right,
done with
I think
done with
that's-
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Okay, who's got Steam boxes?
That's me. Such fun.
Sh-
Okay, so I believe that the Steam boxes or Steam machines, whatever you like, they went out for beta testing, I believe, a few weeks ago.
They did
Uh,
indeed.
What do you guys think about that?
I think they'll crush consoles at some point.
Yeah.
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 Traditional consoles, because basically what it is, and Valve acknowledges this, it's a PC with limited functionality, is what it is.
Mm. I mean, I suppose it has that appeal to people that are console gamers who don't want such a serious setup as a PC gamer, so having to make that massive investment in or whatever. But it sort of gives them the opportunity to almost sort of dip into PC gaming and get sort of the benefits of it. That being just the amount of different variations you can get, sort of the open sourceness of it, that sort of thing.
And it's
I mean,
also...
I could definitely see myself buying one of these and using it.
Because
Yeah.
it's unlike the PC, when you buy those stock parts, you know every game that's programmed for the Steam box is going to run on your Steam box. And it'll be
Yeah.
a centralized hub where you can play all your PC games with your friends and stuff like that. So it's like a console PC hybrid almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
And
option...
this is very different.
Sorry,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
This is definitely different than just completely starting a new console, because Valve they have this nice architecture set up with Steam and the social systems and the systems for buying things, and then also they have a large selection of games. So, and just the idea of being able to play all my Steam games that I've already purchased or been purchased for, on being able to just play them rather than having to buy completely new ones for a TV console is a much more appealing idea.
I mean, this doesn't have the same problems consoles where you've got massive generation gaps. So, the last generation lasted almost 7 years. It's like these
We-
won't have that problem anymore.
We
really.
jumped up
Yeah, they
from
can-
half a gig of RAM to 8 gigs of RAM in one cycle.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's just ridiculous.
I believe that they can also run Windows 7. So, like you said, Reed, they had limited functionality, but since they can run Windows 7, they are basically a proper computer. You could just wipe it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at one. I'm looking at one of the inside of one of the prototypes right now, and even the rear panel on it, it looks just like a PC. It's got DVI, all the stuff that a PC motherboard would have, and I think that's essentially what it is. And then it looks like this model has a Titan.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I mean that's
Some-
just pretty
These are
amazing, really, because
Yeah.
if you could get basically pretty much console gamers into sort of this powerful end of gaming, even if they
Yeah.
don't necessarily know how the ins and outs of PC. They maybe don't want to buy their own one because they don't really know how to use it or what to buy and stuff like that. This lets them get all these benefits, all that power, and just use it without having to really know all that much.
Yep. And am I correct in saying that they wanted to charge $500 for this?
I think so. I don't think it was the Titan. Titan model wasn't $500. I think
Okay.
some of the lower models were around about $500.
So I guess they're taking the same approach that Amazon does with like the Kindle Fire, where they're going to be losing money on each one of these that they sell, and then they're going to make it back with games.
I don't necessarily think so. I think that for $500 you could build sort of an average sort of PC, but these have got deals with manufacturers. You've got different manufacturers making these. They're competing to get these built as cheap as possible. So I think they won't necessarily lose that much money. In fact, Steam won't be the one, Valve won't be the one losing the money. It'd be whoever's making them. So you could have like I don't know, like an Asus Steam box. That's a bit of a stupid thing, but you know what I mean. Like different companies can have their own versions of it. So they'd be the ones competing. So it sort of opens up this console market to a lot of different manufacturers. But in fact, we've also got the Steam OS to think about as well, which has just been released. Well, has gone into like early alpha or beta, whatever.
I'm looking at the components right now,
Yeah.
and some of this stuff, this is like expensive hardware. They've got some with Titans, 780s, 760s, and a few with 660s, and some with 4770s for the processors, 4570s, and then some i3s. I'm not sure what model that is. All of them have 16 gigs of standard RAM, then 3 gigabytes of GDDR5 for the GPU memory, terabyte hard drives with 8 gigabyte SSD for caching,
Wow.
450 watt power supplies. So these are powerful machines. Like regardless of which model you get, even the 660 is comparable to, say, the PS4, and that's the lowest end one.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty exciting stuff because it's sort of a break into the console market, and I can see this doing really well.
Yep.
Because if you have more money to spend, you can get a better version of it if you wanted to. You know, you get higher frame rates, make it look better, and you can't really do that with consoles, really, can you?
Nope.
Because you're going to be stuck with that for the next 4 or 5 years.
We'd better push on because we've been probably been talking about this for 8 minutes or so, and we still got a lot to cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, oh god, Tony will probably love this one. Scientists create a real sonic screwdriver.
We just skipped like
Yeah.
a
We
bunch
don't
of stuff, didn't we?
Nah.
No, we didn't.
Oh,
Not really.
okay.
No,
never mind.
because
Never mind.
we talked
We-
about
we
Steam
talked about
OS and
Steam OS.
Steam OS at the same time.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. All right.
I believe that was your McKay sonic screwdriver.
No, I don't think I put that one there.
Oh no, that's mine. Oh, well,
Jeez, Tony.
I've totally forgotten. But yeah, could you imagine if you had like engineering and you just sort of fucking walked in, just like, crap, I haven't got any of my equipment. Oh yeah, zip, just whip out your
Oh.
sonic screwdriver. Just a quick little, and you're done.
I was talking about this with my brother the other day, and we were thinking about it. These could be used by if we really had Doctor Who like sonic devices, they'd probably end up using by like be used by like law enforcement and things like that
Mm.
to
Yeah, they'd
like
probably
unlock
be
a door
incredibly
in like an on-foot chase. Yeah, you'd probably have to have some kind of
What,
license
like a
to
sonic
get one.
blaster.
No.
Yeah, I think this is more to do with medical purposes more than
Yeah.
opening doors.
Yeah.
I mean,
Real shame.
I don't think they're very practical, really, for opening doors.
Well, I think
Yep.
yeah, no, but I think I think if you're working with very small metal parts to build whatever, I think these would be very useful in a place where you can't exactly get it with your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is basically just turning ultrasound waves, which vibrate whatever you're trying to work on. So like if you wanted to turn a screw, you would use some setting. I don't understand this. So
No. I think the idea is just general idea. You could use this to sort of vibrate parts around and sort of ease it in place, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
I think that's a general idea here. Ultrasound waves could also be used to guide a drug capsule through the body and activate it, for instance, right inside a tumour. Yeah, so sort of just like directing
Wow, that would
things
be
around the
amazing.
body.
As the Mindcrackers would say, we're not qualified to speak about this.
Yeah, but no, please don't take medical advice from us. Awful thing.
Definitely not.
Yeah, we should put a warning at the beginning of this podcast.
Yeah.
Warning, we're not qualified at anything. Right, Reed, what's this next one you've got here?
All right. So, some guy bought 108 R9 290 graphics cards. Those are the new AMD cards if you've been living under a rock and not keeping up with your Hawaiian technology news. So he bought those cards for the purpose of mining bitcoins. And basically because of all these people buying ridiculous amounts of R9 290s and 270s, and 280s as well, though not as much for whatever reason. I guess it's for that OpenCL technology that they have, which makes them very good at Bitcoin mining. People have bought so many of these things that They launched at $400, and they're now going on eBay for a minimum of $530
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
because people are buying them up for Bitcoin mining.
Okay, read. Read.
Bitcoins.
Grande.
Just
Okay. I need.
Bitcoins.
Okay, so because I'm a Bitcoin noob, and there's probably a few people like me that are watching this podcast. What is Bitcoin mining?
All right, so basically, I'll start off with what is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is an online currency that's done completely
Yes, I knew
peer-to-peer, and you obtain Bitcoins in blocks of 25 Bitcoins using the power of your graphics card. And for whatever reason, I think it's because of OpenCL, AMD cards are much better at mining Bitcoin than NVIDIA cards. So
Yeah.
the process of mining a Bitcoin is basically your graphics card crunches an extremely complicated equation, and then when it gets the answer, it's rewarded with a block of Bitcoins, which is 25 Bitcoins.
Okay, right.
Yeah. But it's not the whole sort of block. It's like you unlock like a tiny little bit of this block, and you keep sort of chipping away at it, and then once you've completed the last equation, it'll then unlock. It's 25 to you.
Now I don't know if you guys have heard about that, but have you guys heard about that guy who purchased a Tesla for some amount of Bitcoins?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably like 70 Bitcoins at that point.
But I think it was less about selling the car to the man. It was more of a publicity stunt to show that we can accept this new trendy currency, kind of.
I mean, I say it's not really. I can actually see if it starts to stabilise out over the next couple of years, I could see this becoming quite a decent online currency, really, because it's very easily transferable. If you know what I mean, it's like currently with money, you have to set up a bank account, you have to send it between. But it can take days. It's just like if I wanted, I could send Reeds, a couple of like $1 worth of Bitcoin if I wanted to, and it would be almost instantaneous. So in that way, it's pretty much changing the way you can actually send
Changing
money
the way
to
you
people.
work with money, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so now another kind of new thing. What prevents it? Okay, if Steam were to start accepting these Bitcoins, what prevents me from like doing extreme Bitcoin mining and then just loading out on games? How is Valve really making that much of a profit, or?
Well, a game would be maybe like 0.01 of a Bitcoin, a $10 game.
Oh, wow.
So they could, like, if they accepted Bitcoin, they would probably just trade it in for cash
Oh, yeah,
almost
that makes
immediately.
sense.
Because
That's pretty
there are
much
trading
how-
websites for it.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much how it's working. A lot of big companies aren't keeping it in the Bitcoin currency. They're kind of converting it to.
Yeah.
I mean, over time, I could possibly see it actually maybe some companies starting to keep it as Bitcoin, not changing it to US dollars
Yeah.
or whatever.
But right
And
now,
when-
because it's so unstable, there is no security in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's pretty exciting to see where this will actually.
And it's been banned in banks in China, right?
I was not aware of that. Have they? Let's look this up. Bitcoin banned China. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I heard that on a different technology podcast.
I mean, that's interesting. I suppose it's just.
Makes sense, though.
Yeah, it's a very unstable currency, really. It's all over the place. I mean, it reached like $1,000, wasn't it, per Bitcoin?
$1,200.
Per Bitcoin. Bloody hell, 1,200 Bitcoins, $1,200 US per Bitcoin. And now it's sort of gone down again. It goes up, and it's sort of fluctuating
Like
all over
it's
the place.
fluctuating so much that the high today is 837 and the current is 762.
Wow.
Jeez.
That's just ridiculous, but yeah. How much did this guy spend on all these
Those were
on nines
$400 each. At the
each? So
time.
that's hang on. So that's 400 times by was it 108?
$43,200.
Where'd you even get $43,000 from?
A lot of
Maybe he got
Bitcoin
lucky
mining.
and hit like a block,
Yeah.
an entire block. Maybe 2.
Yeah, I just but the
Those
problem with
those cards aren't even
setups like
effective
this-
at it anymore. People are using cards dedicated to Bitcoin mining now.
Yeah,
Wait, really?
Yep.
Wow.
you can get them for Raspberry Pis because I
one
was looking
Bitcoin.
into them. I was looking
Huh.
into them. You can get them for
That'd be
Raspberry Pi, where because obviously Raspberry Pi is ultra low power, so it's just like you
Yeah.
can have hundreds and hundreds of these things set up, and the power cost is pretty much negligible because it's not using much power, but you're still obviously mining a crap ton. But yeah, I mean the problem with having all these people mining now is that's what's causing it to fluctuate. Is because everyone's jumping and trying to make money quick.
Yeah, it
But
just
that's
seems.
just gonna
It
cause it to fail.
seems. I don't know. I don't like that. The whole idea of mining, but I don't know. I don't know a ton
Yeah.
about these bitcoins anyway.
Well, hopefully it'll stable out. We hope.
We hope. And we can make some money off it during the night.
Alright, so what else have we got next? World's first flying car public test drive.
Okay, this was me, and I know you guys were opposed to it, but I only put it because we're at the end of the year, and I was just looking at some lists from this year.
ExtremeTech.com.
ExtremeTech.com. So basically, I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but this is called the transition. I've watched this video a few times. It's a really interesting video. The transition is the idea of a flying car. Just and from the thumbnail, you can tell that it's essentially just kind of a funky looking car that has
Looks like a plane
tail.
that they've tried to fold up and put wheels on.
Exactly. That's essentially what the flying car is. So there's a lot of problems with the flying car. Of course, not everybody's a pilot, and there's a lot of in-flight checks that you have to do, and not
Pre-flight
everybody
checks.
is really or pre-flight checks. And
I'm pretty sure you don't get out to like look at it when you're in the air.
Yeah,
No.
midway up in the end, just like, oh yeah, the landing. I don't have a landing gear. Oh well.
Yeah.
It's like,
Now I've heard it, and then I was talking with my dad, and he said that a company in California has had the idea that a flying car could be made in such a way that it could use a freeway as a runway to take off on. So I don't know. I like the idea of a flying car. I think it's okay. I think it's really, really premature to. It's a little baby egg of an idea right now, and I'm sure with the progression of technology, smaller parts, more efficient parts, make it, and I don't know, all sorts of regulations and things like that. I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be cool in the future, but currently I think it's just a fun novelty idea. What do you guys think?
I mean, I think really this isn't because until sort of like self-driving cars become more of a accepted thing, I don't think this would take off because they kind of go hand in hand. Because if you could have a computer be able to control these cars flying in the air, you wouldn't need pilot's license for these things. These would actually become
No.
almost slightly practical, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, because obviously it's just stupid to have like a mass amount of people flying bloody cars in the air.
Yeah.
It'd just be it's stupid, really.
It's
It
all
is
about the
essentially
human.
just-
It's all about the human element of it, and
Yeah.
we're not all amazing drivers.
I don't want to
So-
think what most drivers be like at flying.
Oh gosh.
dare we think of Kerbal Space Program?
Oh boy. Yeah, 2 kilometers up, a spontaneous explosion. But
Ooh.
You ready
Yeah.
to move on from the future and come back to the present?
Yes.
what's we got? Oh, Apple.
So,
Alright.
Yeah, and-
Apple.
New Mac trash
is
can.
another
Who is this?
This is me. This was released not too long ago. I figured we'd just throw it in there. I think it's an okay piece of hardware. I don't hate Apple. I don't love them because it's a PC, but I do have an Apple iPad. But I don't know. It has been a long time since we saw the very first, or since we saw the previous gen, or since the previous gen Pro was announced. So now we have this new trash can, which is significantly smaller. I think it simply has newer parts. I don't think it's necessarily a big upgrade per se. I just think it has newer parts. It supports 4K resolution. I mean, there's not a whole lot of 4K display out there, but then it also has what else? I don't know. It's not super special.
I mean, it's not all that much difference with it, really.
Well, let's
it's
check
just
out
kind
some of
like
the
glorified.
specs and the price.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
It's-
it's kind of high spec, really. I mean,
Well,
I think it's
the
got
price
Xenon
it's kind of
processors?
ridiculous. The quad
Yeah.
core model is $3,000.
Oh yeah,
Whoa.
And that's a
Thousands.
Xeon server processor, which is very slow compared to like a quad core i7.
flipping yeah. I mean,
And for your $3,000, you get the quad core Xeon at 3.7, 12 gigs of RAM, which is getting to be fairly standard at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably the most interesting
Terabyte
thing
of flash storage. Wow.
it's configurable up to that. If you get the low model, you get 256 gig SSD, which
Huh.
not all that expensive, not worth $3,000.
Yeah.
The most interesting thing is the dual FirePro graphics processors, because those are actually workstation grade cards.
Yeah, I remember I've seen reviews of this, and this machine is forward towards like people that edit videos. That I mean, not like amateurs like us, but like professional grade video editing, and because it has wicked fast render times and all sorts of things like that.
The weirdest thing to me though is that for that $3,000, you only get a 256 gigabyte SSD and no hard drives. Because I don't know if you guys are familiar with this,
Jeez.
but rendering cycles destroy SSDs very quickly. Like an SSD
Yeah.
being used to render videos isn't going to last more than a couple years.
I mean,
Oh,
it's got no.
thank you
sort
for
of,
telling me that.
Yeah, I mean, it's got no sort of upgradability. It's kind of like you buy it, but you can't upgrade it. There's nothing you can do because it's a circle,
Yeah.
pretty much. You can't.
You can't. Everything is soldered into the motherboard. The GPUs are soldered to the motherboard. The RAM is soldered to the motherboard. Everything is.
I mean, the points of the last sort of MacBook,
Yeah.
Mac Pro,
The only Mac
was
that you could
could change
upgrade.
it. I mean, the point of it was originally the Mac Pro is you could change it, add more storage, add this, add that. This
It was
you
Apple
can't.
kind of modular computer.
Yeah, this it isn't that. It's a circle. It's a trash can, rubbish bin.
I mean, that's not to say it is an appealing machine, and a lot of very powerful. Apple is notorious for making things make attractive devices, and let's be honest, a lot of high performance desktop machines aren't exactly terribly attractive. I'd say they've done a pretty good job of that.
I mean, this is quite.
It's-
I mean, I suppose for mobile video editing, the sort
Yeah,
of.
I suppose if you kind of switch between different workstations somewhat often, it would make sense.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
the
it's sort of aims towards that hippie.
Yeah,
Was that hippie video editor?
kind of that new hip. Yeah.
but
The
the
glasses.
I just don't see it working because of the fact that they don't even give you the option to have a spinning hard drive in there. You only have the option for an SSD.
Yeah.
Oh, but Apple is they're so done with spinning hard drives. That is not even in Apple's radar of things to put in machines. They're all flash now.
The problem is you just don't. There's no way to get cheap storage.
Yeah.
With
yeah.
flash.
I mean, suppose you could do.
SSDs are expensive, and I could
Yeah.
buy a 4 terabyte drive for $150 on Newegg right now. A 1 terabyte SSD, try more like $1,000.
Yeah.
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 It's like really SSDs at the moment they're only really sort of attractive for just playing sort of high performance games and putting your operating
You
system
put your
on.
operating system on it, you put a few games on it, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah,
other reason to have it.
Yeah.
'Cause
So-
you're not going to be putting your music on. You're not going to be putting massive files on there because
But I suppose to the general consumer, the boot disk is basically where everything goes.
yeah.
That is true. All right, so to conclude this for you guys listening, basically, It's an expensive, good-looking trash can that doesn't really make sense in the real world.
But it's pretty.
Yeah, it is pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
It
It's
is
very
nice.
circular.
It's a sexy
All right.
trash can.
Oh no.
Right, we've got it here.
Oh no.
This
Oh,
is the
boy.
third one of mine, actually. So, I mean, we all knew this was coming.
This isn't
But
gonna go
they
well.
have, and this will be like 30 seconds worth of news. They have filed another request to ban older Samsung phones and tablets, which will probably not actually happen.
It won't happen.
Another one. Wow. God. I almost feel sorry
Ugh.
for the lawyers.
I don't know.
of these
I
two
mean, what are
companies.
they really getting out of this, though? Like, Apple is the most profitable company in the world, I think. That's probably
They're in
wrong,
the top 10.
but they're in the top 10. That you heard it from Reed, so you know that's a reliable source. So what is? I mean, and I don't. And Samsung doesn't really compare. I don't know if Samsung is in the top 10. Reed, are they?
I know they're in the Fortune 500. They're not in the top 10, I don't believe.
So they're not
It's
like.
big.
I mean, I don't know if Apple is really. This would make sense if they were losing money because of Samsung, but I don't think they're necessarily losing enough money to really go through the whole several-month patent trial again.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just a petty fight now, really, because they make different devices. Let's be honest, because it's mainly probably about Samsung's tablets and sort of mobile devices, but the different really. If you want to go for an iPhone, you go for an iPhone. If you want something else that isn't an
You go for
iPhone,
something
you just go with another device, which
Yeah.
could possibly be Samsung. It's a bit pointless, to be honest.
They're not exactly Apple's #1 competitor, though, either.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably are significant competitors, but I don't think Apple is thinking, like, if there is anything we're losing our business to, it's Samsung.
Yeah.
Or the #1 thing they're losing business to is Samsung. I think
They're
it's probably something else.
they're also burning bridges because they burned the bridge with Google with the whole Google Maps debacle
Oh,
and their horrible
yeah.
Maps
Yeah.
application. And Samsung manufactures the processors for iPhones as well as the screens.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
We all know how that's going to go.
They
the
totally shot
Apple,
themselves in the foot.
yeah,
Okay.
basically, Samsung when they get out of that business contract, that could be it for Apple, because if they can't keep up the manufacturing with Foxconn for their displays and processors, what are they going to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's just stupid because Samsung haven't exactly done anything. Really? It's just they're a competitor. Let's go sue them for some stupid reason because America.
Yeah.
Everyone sues each other.
Yeah, you Americans are so smart. It really.
Yeah.
It's a new
All
level.
right, let's move on from this before we.
Oh,
Start to
yay!
bore people.
I
Okay.
get to talk now.
All right,
Right.
Sam got a super secret Christmas present. He's going to tell me about it now.
Super secret Christmas present. You're gonna love this. It is a Brush Buddies Justin Bieber singing toothbrush. It is a thing, and I own one. Yes,
You poor child.
I have a
Yeah.
big box with Justin Bieber's face on and this toothbrush. And
Oh my gosh.
it's just brilliant because if you want to see the full range of Justin Bieber toothbrushes, you can go to justinbiebertoothbrush.com.
Oh, I'm definitely going to do that later.
Well, yeah.
It's just why?
There's no
Because
reason
they
for
can't.
that to exist.
Why is the different versions? Who
Oh
thought these
gosh.
things?
Oh wow, there is a lot.
Oh boy, I haven't actually
The
checked out.
JB singing toothbrush, there are 3 different models. The JB Sonic toothbrush, there's one. There's a JB adult toothbrush, meaning it's basically just bigger. The JB Kids toothbrush, like for 3-year-olds, it's like little tiny. It's a gimmick though, and he's making a killing off it, I'm sure.
Never,
You know-
never say never, and one time tooth. Why?
What? Wait. Justin Bieber singing replacement batteries. They put his face on the replacement battery pack
Oh my god.
and branded them after him.
Oh boy.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
That's all we need is that you're seeing like Sainsbury's, isn't it? Oh, we need some new batteries. Oh my
Oh,
god.
and replacement
I
brush
don't want no
and
batteries.
replacement brush heads. They put his face on too.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
And
I don't
and
want
a
to
pack
put
of
Justin Bieber's head in
flossers
my
too.
mouth.
You want to know what the worst thing about this whole thing is? This is the only toothbrush I now have. Because the other one's pretty much out the window, and I've had it for too long, so I've thrown it out. And this is the only toothbrush I've got left.
You idiot.
So whenever I brush my teeth, I've got to look at Justin Bieber. Ah,
I'll buy you a Steam game if you can't put up with it. So.
please. Can you just buy me a gun? That'll probably be more effective.
I'll buy you a 3D printer.
3D printer.
Okay, Sherlock Series 3.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, it's happening. That's
Hype.
amazing. It's
I'm-
gonna
yeah,
be good.
I'm so excited.
Figure out how Sherlock died.
But-
Did you guys see Many Happy Returns?
Yeah.
I did.
That's
Is that the
good.
No
short
spoilers.
episode?
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
No,
yeah,
it,
no
it
spoilers.
doesn't spoil anything. It basically
was
just
that
gives
the-
you a time frame of where we are, of where the third series is going to take place in relation to series 2. So it's 2 years after. I don't think that's a spoiler. I'd say that is
It's like
informative.
7. Is this the 7-minute episode, pretty much, isn't it? It's like
Yeah.
7 minutes long. There's
It's
nothing.
kind of like the Night
new
of the
there.
Doctor, just before the 50th.
Yeah, it's just kind of there for a little bit of context.
Talking
Alright.
about Sherlock and Doctor Who, even Gallifrey came back.
So I
before Sherlock
marathoned the
season
show, or like the
Yeah.
I marathoned the first 2 seasons about a month ago, and I really enjoyed it. And if you guys watching have Netflix, you can watch it for free on there. They have both seasons, and there's
They have the first 6 seasons, but the 7th season, you have to go wherever to find that.
I was talking about Sherlock.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Sorry.
7
I thought you were talking about. You said you marathon.
You can watch Doctor Who as well. I haven't
Sorry.
marathoned that, but I marathoned Sherlock, and there are only 6 episodes, 3 episodes per season.
Oh,
And
but
each
that
each
is
episode
all
is an
you
hour and
need.
45 minutes long, and it's really good. So if you have Netflix, go check
Oh,
it
yeah.
out.
It's basically like a movie, each
Yeah,
one.
it is pretty much 6
Yeah.
movies, pretty much.
Yeah. So,
Now
and trust
it's
me,
Doctor
the
Who.
first episode, you fall in love with the characters and the storyline, and you get enveloped in it. It's
All right, Christmas special plus Series 8.
Okay.
so
I have to say,
Okay.
the Christmas special was amazing. I loved
it
it.
was so
That
good.
Swift Exit was just amazing.
oh, it
The
was so good.
regeneration
It was
was
teary.
questionable.
Yeah,
But
the
I
regeneration was just,
It was a little
hiccup.
weird.
It was a hiccup. It was
It was
like,
like-
oh, it was
it was
just
like,
saying something and it just went, oh, look, I'm that sweary guy from that one TV show now.
You could, hi, I'm Malcolm.
What was that?
Also, when the Doctor got his new regeneration cycle, I loved how I loved the range of emotion from before he got it and then when he got it because he had hope.
You-
That
you
was like
almost
the
feel
best
like
thing.
you could get. It almost looked like he was getting younger, like he was getting younger, not just physically, but like mentally, like he was.
Yeah.
He,
He was
wasn't as
becoming
slow.
happier and he's becoming more cocky, just like, yeah, Daleks, come on then.
Come at me, bruh.
Yeah.
To be honest, that one episode did make me question. The Daleks had like this cannon thing on the ground in one of the shots, which was basically the Dalek sort of, I don't know what it's called, Tony, the Swisser, the whisker, I don't know. Yeah, they had a
Pew
massive
pew.
one of them on the ground.
Called the
right?
pew pew whisk.
The pew pew whisk. Why is the actual cannon exactly the same, but just big?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
Because
Maybe it
Daleks
just
are
maybe
self-obsessed.
Daleks consider that weapon design so supreme it has to
Yeah.
be on everything.
Yeah.
I mean, and also it's cool to see it. I mean, I don't care if it's functional or not. I think it was cool.
I feel so out
Yeah,
of place in
and-
this conversation.
Sure.
Oh, but
it's alright.
the one thing I want to mention though. Okay, so think about this. So the Church of Silence. Now they said, remember Tasha? She mentioned that a certain sect broke off to go back and prevent the Doctor to ever going to Transalore. That was the whole Series 6 plot.
Yeah.
That was like
Wow.
that, when that
It-
clicked, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" and that's why they created the whole Melody Pond thing was to kill the Doctor and prevent him from going to Transilor. And it's
But
weird
in
to
a
think
way-
about it.
Yeah, it's
But in a way, by doing that, they sort of ensured the Doctor to reach that anyway.
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
thought
just
it was,
didn't like-
I thought it was just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Really, did you watch it as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see Open All Hours as
Yeah.
well?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of that? What
I
did you
thought it
think
was-
of Open All Hours?
It was just excellent.
Yeah.
Just a quality television there.
Quality British broadcasting. None of that American shite.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
went there.
So, and that just, I don't know. That I think that was really cool. That how and a lot of the major story arcs for the 11th Doctor, it was all just zipped up like a zipper on his pants, you know.
Yeah.
So
I have to say that Moffat is really good at cleaning up after himself.
yes,
Unlike
yes, he
Davis,
is.
who just sort of left plot holes everywhere, just like,
Oh gosh.
yeah, we don't care
I
about
mean,
them, they
everything-
don't mind.
The whole River Song thing is done.
Oh, it's
everything's
all
placed
brilliant.
in
It's
order.
just.
I mean,
Oh,
is
man.
who is the new writer? Is it still Moffat?
I think
Still
I think
Moffat.
it's still gonna be Moffat,
Ah.
but I think he's gonna go soon. So
I don't know whether he'd be the best writer though for the new Peter Capaldi, because he's a lot more of a
I don't know,
mature
we'll see.
Doctor. He's a more mature
we'll see
Doctor.
how it
so-
goes.
I mean,
No, go ahead. Sorry, I
I
was
say,
interrupting.
we know Moffat can do serious stuff as the original Weeping Angels one. That was.
Yeah.
If I can expect sort of a darker sort of stories with a sort of older character, I think that'd fit more well, because
I
it's good to have
I don't-
fun with Matt Smith,
I kind
because he
of
was young.
disagree though, because I'm not scared. I'm only scared by the Cybermen Doctor Who. That's the only thing that mildly makes me afraid. But I was genuinely scared when they go to the orphanage with the silence. That was a pretty scary episode. I think Day of the Moon, and I can't remember, but the season 6 opener 2-parter. Those were scary and kind of like an emotional roller coaster, but they were really good.
I mean, the only scary one I've literally, I mean, physically, I was really scared of it. I mean, this was obviously when I was a bit younger. Was Blink? That's why
Ah.
I want more dark ones, because that was so good. It was dark and it was scary,
And it
I
was
loved
classic too. It was timeless.
Yeah.
I could watch that again any day.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was really, that was the first one where you actually sort of saw that come from.
You
because,
did actually see that one, right?
yeah, I've seen that. But it's
No, I read.
I think we should probably move on before I have to start trimming the video, because we're already an hour in.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's how long we've been in the call.
No, we've been in a call for an hour and 15 minutes.
Right, moving
we did-
on. Let's move on
Quickly
quickly.
moving on.
Should have got to. Right, Tobuscus, what does the fact say?
Yeah.
All right, whose
North
was this?
Korea.
Fill us in.
This is mine. So Tavuscus found out about North Korea sending threatening faxes to South Korea, which is
Is this
quite
like a parody of
truly
What Does the Fox Say, right?
yeah, but it's a parody of what the Fox says, and it is actually quite good, to be honest.
So,
Yeah.
Tobuscus is doing satire now.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
All right,
But
cool.
to be honest, it kind of pretty much sums up the entire North Korean situation. It's just threatening faxes. That's
Yeah.
like the least terrifying thing ever. I mean, there's someone at the South Korean government offices, and they were sitting at the desk. Yeah, they have to sit next to that bloody old, that old fax machine, and it comes through, and they read it, and it's a letter from the dear leader threatening you with the nuclear bombs that they don't have because they detonated them. North Korea, everyone,
I mean,
stupid.
I don't know if we're completely qualified to talk about this because nobody really
Oh, we're
knows
totally
completely
unqualified.
what's
What are you
going
talking
on
about?
over there. But yeah, that's true.
I know. To be honest, I know quite a bit about the whole situation just because.
Well, but I mean, as much as anybody who's plugged into the
No
news.
one.
And even the news isn't quite as far. I don't know.
I mean, to be honest, no one really knows. It's just North Korea being North Korea again.
Yeah.
Sort of, they get whingy, they get the food, and then they go back into the hovel, and then when they want a bit more food, they just come out again and start shouting.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is such a sad course
Situation.
of events for that whole situation. Just because those people, they're like the number one malnourished country in the world. They're all skinny and underfed.
I mean, it is starting.
That's gross, you insensitive jerk. No,
Thing
they're
is,
just.
it is starting to sort of go downhill steadily now because loads of politicians there, high-ranking politicians, they're kind of defecting. They're going to China and booking off. So the whole country is just collapsing now, and I really can't see this lasting like another 10 years. Within 10 years, that is going down in 10 years, pretty much. It's just spiraling out of control now. But oh boy, I've got the last one. Yes, we have got the last topic. Why is Benedict Cumberbatch so perfect, guys?
Well,
He's got the hair.
he's
Got the hair.
yes, he's got the fizzy hair. He's played Sherlock.
He can
He's
do it.
played
He can
Khan.
do-
He's
He can
about.
do
He's
a
going
really
to
good
play
looking-
Alan Turing.
He plays.
Yeah, he's
Did you
just-
guys know he plays Smaug?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And
Does
the
he?
Necromancer.
Yeah, he does.
Bloody hell.
He does that.
I didn't know that.
All right,
Holy poop.
quality podcast, everybody.
Yes. Called
Yes.
GG.
GG.
Shall
everyone.
we
GG.
plug ourselves?
Yeah, everybody, go ahead. Say your channels.
Okay. Who's going first?
Tony, you go first.
Go to.
Okay. So my Twitter is _ Platin29 _ my YouTube is the Tony4. There's not really much else. apart from that.
TONIE, not TONY.
Yeah.
Not that TONY scummery.
Yeah.
Okay, who are you?
You can find me on Twitter at Vividly Vanilla, and you can also find me on my YouTube page, Vividly Vanilla.
Wow, really?
Identical.
Yes. You can find me everywhere under the username WhoBoy2 for everything.
It'll also be under your bed.
Yes, my name is under your bed as well. Sorry about that.
All right,
And Reed, where can we find you? Where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube, probably here. Just click that Diehl Games thing under this video, and you'll be there. Twitter, also Diehl Games. You can shoot me an email with ideas for future topics, or any other thing that you may need. That's probably the best way to get a hold of me at reed@dgpvp.com.
Yes. Right. Are we ending here then?
Yep. See you guys
Yes.
later.
Well, wait, hold on. Hold on.
Okay. Okay.
Hold on.
Oh,
Holding.
That last topic. Let's
Oh.
let's do question of the week. What keeps you playing Minecraft? Is it mods? Is it other things? Is it custom maps? Is it texture packs? Is it third-party content? Is it first-party content? Make sure to leave a comment on this video letting us know.
That's a good idea.
Yes.
All right. So
Please-
leave your
please
comments.
like the video. Please like it as well. Please.
Yeah.
And check
like
out our
it
channels.
or murder you.
Yes.
Check out everybody's channels. See you guys later. Diehl Games, Vividly Vanilla.
Tony.
I don't even know. Your branding is just so strange.
Tony4.
The Tony 4
74 bland 29.
and WhoBoy2 signing out.